Dear students, we have already discussed Gauss law in electrostatics. In this video, you will learn how to determine electric field due to a charged sphere. Charged sphere means usually it is a metallic sphere. It is filled with some positive charge or negative charge. Let us see how to determine electric field due to the charged sphere with the help of Gauss law. Let us assume that it is the metallic sphere and it is filled with a positive charge plus Q. The radius of the sphere is R. In case of charged sphere, electric field exists both inside and outside. So while we are solving our problem, we may face three cases. That is, electric field inside the charged sphere, electric field outside the charged sphere, and the electric field on the surface of the charged sphere. To solve this, let us assume that rho is the volume charge density of the sphere. Volume charge density means charge per unit volume. That means it tells us how much charge is placed at a per unit volume. This volume charge density is expressed as rho is equal to Q by B. Rho is equal to Q by B. Here V is the volume of the charged sphere, which is equal to 4/3 pi r cube. If we, um, if we substitute into this equation, we get rho is equal to 3Q by 4 pi r cube. Let us start with our problem with first case, that is electric field at a point outside the charged sphere. For this purpose, we assume a point P at a distance r from the center of the charged sphere. In order to apply Gauss law, the charge should be enclosed within a closed surface. For this purpose, let us build a Gaussian surface, that is Gaussian sphere with a radius OP. For our convenience, let us assume a small area element ds on the surface of the Gaussian sphere. First of all, we determine the electric flux through ds area. We simply calculate it and we get the electric flux through the entire Gaussian sphere. Here we have two terms, E and ds. Here E is the electric field. As the electric field is formed due to positive charge, we pointed the electric field outward. And ds is the, this arrow mark indicates the outward normal drawn to the ds area. E and ds both are parallel. So the angle between E and ds is 0. So let us apply this case to Gauss law. So from the definition of the flux through ds area is d pi is equal to eds cos theta, that is eds cos 0. As we know, cos 0 is 1, electric flux d pi is equal to eds. What is this eds? Electric flux through ds area. But our target is to determine electric flux through entire Gaussian sphere. So simply we integrate the d pi area. So net flux through whole Gaussian sphere pi is equal to integral d pi. We already determined d pi as eds. So we substitute eds instead of d pi. So this equation becomes pi is equal to integral eds, that is e into integral ds. Here e into here integral ds is the surface area of the entire Gaussian surface, which is equal to 4 pi r square. Therefore, we get pi is equal to E into 4 pi r square. From Gauss law, this flux is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Let us substitute this value into Gauss law. Gauss law, pi E is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Just we simply substitute E into 4 pi r square in the place of pi E. Then this equation becomes E into 4 pi r square is equal to 1 by epsilon naught into Q, or E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by r square. That is, electric flux at a point outside the charged sphere is inversely proportional to square of the distance. That is, electric flux is gradually decreased with the distance. Let us see the second case. The second case is electric field at a point on the surface of the sphere. This case is very simple. Simply we substitute capital R in the place of small r. Then this equation becomes E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by capital R square. Here small r is the distance of the outside point from the center, and Kepler is the radius of the given sphere, given charged sphere. Let us go for third case. Our third case is electric field at a point inside the charged sphere. So we have to determine the electric field inside the sphere. It is the given charged sphere. Let us determine the electric field inside this charged sphere. For this purpose, we assume a point at P dash. This P dash is at a distance R dash from the center. Similarly, we built another Gaussian sphere with a radius of OP dash, and again we assume another ds element. Similarly, as in the above case, E and ds are parallel to each other. So once again, the flux through ds area d pi becomes E ds. Let us see. Flux through ds area d pi is equal to E ds cos 0. Again d pi becomes EDS, but our target is to determine the electric flux through entire inside Gaussian sphere. So let us integrate the above equation. So we get net electric flux through inside Gaussian sphere, pi is equal to integral d pi, that is equal to E into ds, that is E into integral ds. Here integral ds is the area of the Gaussian sphere. So it is E into 4 pi r dash square. So we determine the pi. Simply we substitute into the Gauss law. Our Gauss law is electric flux is equal to Q by epsilon naught. So instead of pi, we substitute E into 4 pi r dash square. So 1 by epsilon naught. Here Q is equal to rho v. We already discussed in equation 1. Our equation 1 is rho is equal to Q by v. That is Q is equal to rho v. Or we get rho is equal to 3q by 4 pi r cube. Let us substitute this value into this equation. So we get this equation. E is equal to 4 pi r dash square is equal to 1 by epsilon naught into rho v. Here rho is the volume charge density of the sphere, and v is the volume of the Gaussian inside Gaussian sphere. Volume is equal to v is equal to 4/3 pi r dash cube. Let us substitute rho and v values in this 3 equation. So this equation becomes E into 4 pi r dash square is equal to 1 by epsilon naught, 1 by epsilon naught. Instead of rho, we substitute 3q by 4 pi r cube. Instead of v, we substitute 4/3 pi r dash cube. Finally, we get E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q r dash by r cube. So electric field inside the charge sphere E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q r dash by r cube. From this equation, it is clear that the electric field is proportional to the distance. That is, electric field at the center is 0 and it is gradually increased with the distance up to the surface of the sphere. Later, and it becomes maximum at the surface of the sphere. Later, it gradually decreases to a distance. Thank you.